Toastmasters, distinguished guests. This project is a little bit different than the usual projects and presentations that I've done in the past. And I like the fact that it's broken into 3 different parts. So please, a little bit of patience and allow me to start. The sales process. I want to see a show of hands who here thinks that you are, if you think you're a good salesperson. All right. Now the second question. Do you think we do sales every day?
Yes. Yeah.
Yes? Yes. So, to try to explain that a little bit better, you could sell ideas, you could sell items, you could sell yourself to your boss, you could be in a family environment and you could try to sell the idea of going for dinner at a certain place. So we are involved in the sales process every single day. I always admire when I see a good salesperson, the skills that that person has to make the sale go smooth, like you don't even notice it, and at the end you want to buy their product. So I'm going to be highlighting some of the qualities of a good salesperson. A good salesperson is going to focus on the buyer, not on himself. I heard it several times where the salesperson might be saying, hey, please just buy me this, it's going to help me make my quota. I'm going to be getting this gift if I sell one more. No. Focus on the buyer. The second item that we'll see here is possess good listening skills. How many times we probably go, it happened to me when I was trying to buy a car, I was trying to tell me, this is what I need because of this and that, family and this and that, and I was trying to over-explain why I needed that, and the person was not even listening. And I'm thinking, well, where's the connection here? So you need to establish a good connection with the buyer. The third item is to create value for the buyer. When the person is explaining to you what he needs to buy, he's actually kind of asking for a solution to his problem. And that's the perfect time for you to create value, to tell him, to give him information. Maybe, if you're true and sincere, maybe you really don't want to sell the product that you have because you know it's not going to meet his needs. But it's very important that you create that value. And then the last item is to be credible. If I'm applying to be an instructor here in this school, and I come here in the morning, all tattooed with earrings, and then the clothes that I'm wearing do not match that of probably an instructor, I'm not creating credibility. So that's what I mean by creating credibility. Now there's different steps in the sales process. I want you to remember this acronym, IIFED. Basically what it stands for is, you need to identify your needs, need identification. You need to recognize how important those needs are. And then after that, you want to fulfill that need. Once you have a good idea what is it that you need, you evaluate your options. Maybe, once again, going to the example of the car. Maybe you want to test drive 2 or 3 different types of cars, and then you come up with your conclusion. And then at the end, the last step will be decision making. That's the most important step, the last one, the decision making. Now, how do we know when a person is ready to commit? We've seen it several times. The person's smiling, you're talking to them, and then the person, yes, I think this is important, yes, and this is going to help me. And then the person starts asking questions. If the person's quiet and doing this, not even looking at you, it's the opposite. But if the person is asking you questions, being affirmative, and then also providing positive statements, obviously the sale is coming to a commitment. So this is a quick explanation, quick and right of the sales process. Now the manual is asking that I go into a little scenario, and for that I'm going to need the help of our president. He can come over here. And this is not prepared, as you're going to notice. But it's meant to be casual, so we're going to start right now. I'm working on Macy's, and this is a customer. Hey, sir, how are you?
Well, not so good.
Why is that?
Well, I don't know why I'm here. I'm supposedly getting a Mother's Day present, but you know what? Don't have a mom anymore.
Okay.
So,
anybody else significant in your life?
well, yeah, sure. I'm married. I've been married for almost 42 years, but our son already gave my wife a present. So, what am I doing here? I have no idea. landed here at Macy's.
Well, I think you're in the right place, sir. I mean, it's giving the gift is always something important, something that you want to show your appreciation.
You know what's good? I always get a card. Sometimes I write a little poem. Maybe I can just do that and forget spending any money.
That could be something good too. That could be something good too. Would you care if I show you some of the things that I've seen other people buy for significant dollars?
Sure. What do you have?
Well, I have this special perfume, and it's one of the most popular ones.
That's not going to work.
Is that going to work for you, right?
What's your first name?
Juan.
Juan.
I'm sorry, yes, Juan. Your name?
Yeah, Ted.
Ted.
Yeah, she doesn't use perfume.
She doesn't use perfume.
What else do you have?
Well, yeah, I don't have a lot of items.
Seriously, she doesn't use, I'm not making this up.
Well, there's a whole line of beauty products that we could also look into.
That makes sense to me, except my wife has beautiful skin. She doesn't use those.
Okay.
Seriously. Not even lipstick. So,
All right.
is there anything else?
That's being very realistic, and you know what? For the most part, I could keep showing you things. Are you interested maybe in the purse, a little bag?
You heard me say I've been married 42 years, right? The same person. You think I'm going to buy a purse for my wife?
Well,
No way.
okay.
I provide the money, she buys the purse. I say, well, that looks good, that looks good.
Okay.
But that's about all I can do, or else I'm in trouble.
No problem. So if that's the case, I could probably direct you where we have some good greeting cards and maybe some gift cards if you want.
I like that.
Perfect.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much,
Ron.
sir. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you. All right, that concluded. As you see, I'm sweating because that was not an unexpected result. I thought it was going to be an easy sell. But this person just walked in the store without the idea of, without even thinking about buying anything. I'm sweating. All right, so now it's for the part about questions and answers.
That was a difficult customer.
Yes, a difficult customer. They're like, yeah, it's perfect. Okay. So the questions that I have, did you identify some of the steps that I followed during the buying process? Was it clear? Could I have made a better job, maybe? You ready, Michelle?
You were trying to connect with the customer when you were asking him what exactly he was looking for, but he had a very difficult answer, so you were still trying to connect with him
Okay.
at your best.
Correct. One of the things that I could probably mention is that every cell is different. And in this scenario, there's customers, he was polite, but there's also customers that walk in the store and they're like, not even polite. And they even get offended when you ask them questions. Hey, can I help you? No, you know what? Let me just look around. I know what I'm doing. All right, that's good. And there's some other people that are very friendly. So we try to do a real scenario, so not practice. It was in practice before. Any more input from yes?
I think it was hard to identify what his need was because he didn't really give you anything to go on as far as what his wife might like.
Correct.
Like maybe her hobbies or interests or
And
something.
in all fairness, what we discussed earlier before this is, hey, we're trying to buy a gift for your mom, and he went along with it, and which is good. So it was a little, kind of a surprise when he said, I might buy it for my wife, but I don't buy her anything anymore. So I really like the challenge. It was a challenging scenario, but the whole idea is to try to listen, like to try to apply the skills, focus on the buyer, not on me, and then just be an effective listener, which is difficult to do nowadays. But thank you, Ted, for that. Any other input? Any other? Yes.
I think that you could have asked the buyer, usually besides a car, because he already told you that he buy a car to his wife, what else did you get for her?
Correct.
So he would have might open a little bit.
Okay.
What else? What other things do you buy for her?
Correct. Ted, any input?
Yeah, I'd be glad to take a free gift card. She loves gift cards. For restaurants, clothes, I'm ready for that.
Okay. As you noticed, fellow Toastmasters and guests, this specific project is a little bit difficult. It's out of the ordinary how we do things. We usually have a prepared presentation and nothing that might be like what happened right now. But it's pretty challenging, and I really enjoy doing this. I think I could have done a better job. Like one of the things that I noticed, I'm also analyzing myself, it was kind of in the middle of our conversation until you asked me, so what is your name? It's like, oh my God, right there. I should have introduced myself, I said, go and establish that conversation. So, anybody else?
I think when you have a customer in front of you, the customer says, I don't need nothing for my wife, right? She will use perfume, she has a beautiful skin, but if the customer is there, it's gotta be a risk. So you need to be focused on what the customer says and find what they're looking for.
Correct.
I think that's the key for a good salesperson, and that will be easy, yeah, to sell something.
Thank you. So 2 things. I'm happy that I did this already. It wasn't easy. And the second item I could probably mention is that I look forward to seeing how the rest of our members do this part of the scenario. And I hope that we try to identify some of the steps that I mentioned earlier in our daily live sales. Thank you very much.